From the shooting range,
welcome to the revolution,
to the March for Our Lives, there's a lot of noise in the gun debate. So let's start at the center of the discussion, the Second Amendment. Here's the Second Amendment word for word. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. It's the measure that allows us to own guns. But there's a flip side to this. In today's New York Times, former Supreme Court Justice John Paul Stevens suggests the Second Amendment has to go. He says to better regulate weapons, those pushing for change should seek more effective and more lasting reform. They should demand a repeal of the Second Amendment. He goes on to write, the need to protect ourselves from other states is a relic of the 18th century.
I actually think repealing the Second Amendment would lead to a civil war in the United States.
Dudley Brown of the Rocky Mountain Gun Owners is strongly against any suggestion to eliminate the Second Amendment, and here's why. He feels any tampering with the Constitution compromises our personal choices and freedom.
I believe there are too many people who believe that's a God-given right, and it's not government's role to strip it from citizens.
In fact, a Washington Post editorial warns Democrats not to get too excited, saying this is exactly the kind of thing that motivates the right and signals to working-class voters that perhaps the Democratic Party and the political left doesn't really get them. But there are more views to the story than just for or against the Second Amendment.
We are not trying to fight against the Second Amendment here. We're not trying to take your guns.
A lot of people are in between, wanting to respect the importance of the Constitution while balancing the need for public safety. That includes some of the survivors of the Parkland, Florida massacre.
We're trying to implement sensible gun legislation that prevents criminals, people that are mentally unstable, and people that just shouldn't have a gun in the first place from being able to get one.
So let's do a reality check. Repealing the Second Amendment would be difficult. It would require a two-thirds vote from both the House and the Senate. And with so many opinions, it won't be so simple. There could also be a vote of the people. That, too, could be a challenge. I'm Mark Stewart, Denver 7.